Hello and welcome to another session in mathematics. In this session, we'll be looking at sphere and hemisphere, the properties of sphere and a hemisphere. But before that, let us take a review of our previous lesson. Welcome back. In this lesson, our focus will be on surface area and volume of a sphere and that of a hemisphere. Okay, so let us start. When we talk of a sphere, we are referring to a shape that looks like a circle. Okay, an example is a football. Another example is an orange. Okay, let's take this to be an orange. Don't mind my drawing. And then it has the same property with a circle. It has a center, and then from the center, any line from the center to any part of the circumference is also called what? A radius, R. Okay, and we are giving them the volume of a sphere. Volume of a sphere to be equal to 4/3 pi r cube. While the surface area of a sphere is equal to 4 pi r squared. Okay, where r here is what? Radius. Now, apart from this sphere, we have what we call the hemisphere. Now, the volume of a hemisphere is half of the volume of a sphere. So its volume is 1/2 times 4/3 pi r cube. That will give us 1 times 4 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6 pi r cube. 2 here is 2, 2 here is 3. So have 2/3 pi r cube. What? Okay, we have the surface area to also be half of the surface area of a sphere. So 1/2 times 4 pi r squared. And that will give us 4/2. So we have 2 pi r squared as what? The surface area of a hemisphere. So let us quickly take some examples. Number 1, calculate the surface area and volume of a hemisphere which has a radius of 2 cm. Take pi to be equal to 22/7. Pi is equal to what? 22/7. So they said we should find what? The surface area. Okay, let's start. Surface area of a hemisphere. I told you that the surface area of a hemisphere is what? 2 pi r squared. 2 pi r squared. So we have 2 times our pi is 22/7 from the question, times our r, and our r is what? Is 2 squared. Okay, what would that give us? We have 2 times 22 times 4/7. So let us multiply through. 2 times 22 will give us 44, and 44 times 4 will give us what? 176/7. So divided, what do we have? We have 25.14 cm. That's for what? The surface area. Then we are asked to find also the volume, and the volume is given as what? 2/3 pi r cube. 2/3 pi r cube. That will give us 2/3 times our pi is 22/7 times our r, which is what? 2 cube, and that will give us 2/3 times 22/7 times 8. So let us multiply out. What do we have? 2 times 22 will give us 44, and then times 8, that will give us 352. 3 times 7 will give us what? 21. So 352 divided by 21, what do we have? We have what? 16.76 cm cube. Okay, number 2, a solid sphere of a diameter 22 cm is placed in an empty vertical cylindrical tank of diameter 30 cm. Enough water is poured into the tank to cover the sphere if the sphere is then removed, how far does the water level fall? How far does the water level fall? Okay, so let us start. First of all, we start with the formula for volume of what? A sphere. And volume of a sphere, I told us, is equal to what? 4 over 3 pi r cube, right? So we have 4 over 3 times our pi times what's the diameter is what? Is 22, right? The diameter is 22, and we know that diameter is 2 times radius, right? So since it is 22, we then have 2 times r is 22, then r will be equal to 22 divided by what? 2, which is what? 11 cm. So this is 11. Do we understand? And because of the cube, we have 11 raised to power what? 3. So that's what? The value of what? The volume of the sphere. Then the volume of a cylinder, volume of cylinder is given to be pi r squared h, where h is what? The height. Then we have pi times what's the radius of this cylinder. We are given here that he said a solid sphere of diameter 22 cm is placed in an empty vertical cylindrical tank of diameter 30 cm, and 2r here is equal to what? 30 cm. So r is equal to 30 divided by 2, which will give us what? 15 cm. So we are dealing with what? 15 squared, right? Because of this square here, then times h. Okay, and now we need to equate the volume of sphere to the volume of what? Cylinder. So we say equating the volume of sphere to volume of cylinder. We then have this to be equal to this. So we have 4 over 3 times, what's our pi? We'll write down our pi, okay, times 11 raised to power 3 to be equal to pi, that is this, times 15 squared times h. Do we understand? Okay, and remember our sole aim is to make h the subject of this formula. That's our sole aim, to make h the subject of what? This formula. Okay, so he said, how far does the water level fall? That's the level, the height from which the water falls. So that we are looking for what? This h. Okay, so let's go over to the next page. We'll have let me write that 4 over 3 times pi times 11 raised to power 3 to be equal to pi times 15 squared times h. So making h the subject of formula, h then will be equal to 4 over 3 times pi times 11 times 11 times 11, that is 11 raised to power 3, all over. We have pi times 15 times 15 into what? 2 places. Okay, is that correct? So that is it. Okay, that will give us 4 times pi times 11 times 11 times 11, all over. These 3 will come down. 3 times pi times 15 times 15. Remember this pi, we'll just eliminate this pi. So we have 4 times 11 into 3 places. 4 times 11 times 11 times 11, and that will give us what? 5,324. Then 3 times 15 times 15 will give us 675, of which when you divide, you have 7.887 cm. Okay, and that's just the answer. So we'll stop here today. Thank you for being part of today's class. To refresh your memory on what we've done, kindly provide the answer to the following questions on the screen. Welcome back. So far we've been able to deal with sphere and hemisphere and the surface areas and volumes of spheres and hemispheres respectively. And we'll stop here today, so feel free to use the lesson notes on the platform for better information on what we've just done, and feel free to leave a comment or question on the comment section. Till we meet again in our next class, stay safe and bye.